All right, everybody. So we should be live here. Today, I just want to show you guys quickly how to pack up a custom PC and ship it off to someone if you ever had to do that, or if it's just your own PC and you're shipping it to yourself somewhere. But either way, just ask questions as I go along. Kind of simple, straightforward process. Just to start, I would definitely have it drained if you're shipping like a custom loot PC. I mean, you can have it filled. I just think it's just not worth the risk as long as the person you're sending it to knows how to fill it. Just because if it were to have any issues during shipping and it broke or something came loose, you just have an even bigger mess at that point. And at this point, if something were to break, I mean, it's just a matter of fixing it instead of cleaning up an entire mess along with it. So I've got a bunch of dimensional foam here. This stuff is kind of basically what you need. Although everything in here is pretty much rock solid. Like, I mean, you can't even move any of the tube runs. The GPU doesn't wiggle at all. The pump res combo is solid. I'm just going to put as much in here as I possibly can, so if anything were to move somehow, it doesn't, in fact, break. So you kind of just got to work it in there wherever it fits. No pun intended. And you just keep stuffing it in. This is going to be a fun stream, I can already tell. So yeah, like I said, if you have any questions as I'm going, just feel free to ask in chat or leave a comment. But I plan on getting this all packed up and then shipped off today, actually, so Hank can have his new PC soon. So it just so happens that the custom cable mod cables that I had ordered for this just arrived at PVC's today. So I had actually thought they'd be a little bit later, which is why I sent them to PVC's and not to myself. But I guess I would have maybe had time to put in the cables, although the cable management, I've already started it, is going to be a lot of fun in this case. So it honestly might take whoever has to do the cable management another day to get that done, just because there's a lot of tight spaces in here. And I don't know. It's just a really fun case to work in once you have this much stuff in there. Shove it. Yep. What we're working on. Hank and Daniel are in here, I think. So this piece doesn't want to go in. It's gonna though. I think. Okay. Mostly in. I think. That looks pretty good. We've used up a lot of our dimensional foam, so we've got this side of it pretty well done. I'm going to try to shove two in here, if possible. So I'm not actually sure where you pick up dimensional foam. I'm sure like your UPS store would have some. They had just sent a bunch of stuff with this already for this case and whatnot. So I kind of had it. But it is available out there somewhere. If somebody knows of a link, feel free to link it in chat. We don't carry it ourselves at PVCs, so. Anything else waiting for Matt to break something? You're very funny. Nothing's gonna break here today, my friend. Like I said, everything in here is like rock solid. I built this thing pretty dang well. Everything was out of 5mm acrylic and it's all like screwed and tapped and glued together, so there's pretty much no chance of things moving around. Even the tubes don't move. That's partially because of the bits power fittings, but overall this whole thing is pretty solid. Put some foam over there. Look at that. We're using this up very nicely. Don't know how much that's going to help, but I'm hoping it does something. Okay. This guy go up here. Maybe not. I think if I go like this, this piece is better suited. There we go. And maybe just one behind this GPU here. There we go. Ooh. Ooh, look at this. I might just cut this one down a little bit, because he might go nicely right in front of everything. So, get your razor blades ready, folks. We're going to cut this guy down just a hair. We're perfectly straight cut, don't worry about it. So, that guy, I think, should be okay. The window will push him back in. All I got left is like this and this. Not sure. Overall, nothing should be moving anyways, and I suppose I could put some of this bubble wrap in here around the GPU. I mean, I was honestly really surprised by how stiff it actually ended up being after the GPU was fully mounted and I made that brace. And then along with the tubes really helped as well. So I'm really not that worried about the GPU, but the less anything moves, the more likely you are nothing's gonna break. So let's see how that does. Oh no, let me turn off the heat so it's not known for that. Okay, turn off anytime. There we go. Keep adding weight, Matt. Honey, that cut isn't straight. Well, I think it's pretty good. We're just gonna tip it back on her side here. I mean, I suppose I could get a little bit more in right up there. I know you guys can't see right now, but I'm just gonna put on the side panel window, and everything should be held in place pretty nice at that point. We'll put this right down at the bottom. All that's holding the CPU stuff in. A little bit. Use up every last piece that we had, I guess. Okay, so she's packed in pretty tight now. Tight like a Toyga. And we'll just get this beautiful side panel window on her. I know what the screws were. Right here. So, after this, I'll be taking it to FedEx and wishing her a farewell. I'm glad to have it off the bench, as we've got a lot more coming up on streams, got some new projects, got the test bench hopefully starting up here in the next day or two. So stay tuned for all of that good stuff, folks. But this is kind of wrapping up the build for Hank here. I wonder how many of you guys have been following along. I know quite a few people in here have caught most of the streams I've done on this build. And I do plan on having a video for it whenever I get time to edit all this footage. So stay tuned for a little bit more on this. I think Jeremy or Garrett can stream or video putting in the custom cables, and then we'll obviously have some more pictures of it by then. But I think she's pretty good there. So the next step to shipping off your PC would be, I would hope that you save the original box. That's the best method in my opinion, is by having the original box still and putting it back in that, especially with these nice foam inserts. I wonder if I have it the right way. Now it's stuck. If you have a friend, you can use them for help too. So, okay, that looks right. So there's the bottom end. Now we get the top piece. And that should work pretty well. Suppose I could have put the bag on before the foam, but I don't think it'll matter either way. The bag's not really going to do much, but I figured I'd put it back on. If you had liquid in there, you might want to put the bag on and like double bag it just to keep the shipping people from freaking out when like red stuff starts leaking out. It hurts you. Oh boy, this bag isn't fitting very well. It's definitely meant to go on before the styrofoam, but she'll do. I think. Oops, I risked it a little bit. That's okay though. Good enough. So we got the original box right down here. I'll back up your camera for you just so you can be entertained by me struggling to get it in. It's gonna be fun. C'est la vie, Case. Hope this is the right way. Or is it not? Does it seriously go in like this? It sure does, I bet. I told you this would be entertaining. There we go. Okie doke. So we got her all in there nicely. I gotta ship the back plate back with it, so we'll get some other packing materials for that and a baggie for these cables, as I do want to send the stock PSU cables back with his rig, because you never know when you need the cables. So it's good to have those. Just throwing them in a bag here. I think they'll all fit. And we can put some packing material down so nothing gets damaged. As far as like the rest of his boxes, I know some people might ask about like what you do with the motherboard box and the CPU box and all that good stuff. For now, I'm just going to hold on to them just because I purely don't have an easy way to ship them back. I'm not sure if Hank actually does want them back. I know if he had to like RMA something, he'll want it back. So I'll just have to figure that out if that situation were to ever arise. Thankfully, I talk to Hank every once in a while, so he should be able to let me know if there's an issue. What are those? 0 out of 10 posture for lifting. Well, thanks, dude. You should come lift all the snow off my driveway. If your posture is so much better. So I think those will go nicely on top. And then we have this back plate here as well. Do I have a bag for it? The back plate I never ended up using because you can't see it anyways. So I do have some paper. Some nice wax paper to wrap it in, and then we'll put some packing material around that. I just don't want it to get scuffed up or anything like that, so we'll do that there. Wrap it up like a little present. So, have your packing tape out. I'll discuss how, I'll discus throw a 15 kilo plate at you. You are one odd dude, Shota. What are you doing with a 15 kilogram discus plate in the first place? One piece of tape. Come on, piece of tape. More like a piece of crap. And 2 pieces of tape. So I got some more packing stuff right here. So we will put this around it and slide it next to the PC there. And it shouldn't have any issues going down the road just like that. So all in all, just using pretty much all the original packing materials, so it should ship the same way it came, and just hopefully they don't like throw it or anything like that. Alright, now we gotta get our tape, and we will keep this bad boy up. And I'm gonna have our shipping department just print the label. However, you guys can actually like go online and print labels and stuff, or you can just bring it in and have them tell you how much it is. So, pretty straightforward process. You guys really wanted to, if it was something like super expensive, you may want to like build a wooden box for it, or if you know it's going like freight like overseas, I'd probably build a wooden box for it. I know Daniel Cannon at Singularity Computers, he builds flight cases. Those things are really nice. So if you have something really important to send, definitely consider that. This is gonna be like a one-time trip type of deal for this guy, so it's just got to make it one way, and it should live there. The rest of it's long, hopefully a long life. Who knows? Hank might just get rid of it. He might hate it. We'll find out. That's something we could do. Somebody should do a reaction video of Hank getting the PC, if he's up for it. You up for a reaction video, Hank? I want to see a big old smile on your face. Or just like this disgusting grin of some sort because you hate it. After having one destroyed in a Pelican case. Oh man, yeah. You were probably doing it overseas though, weren't you, Caitlin? That would definitely be a rough day. But this is just going FedEx, and as I said, it made it here in one piece. I believe it can make it back. So I'll have to weigh it. So our shipping department can print me a label. We'll weigh it and get the dimensions. The box is still holding up pretty good. So I don't think it'll have an issue going back home all the way down to Florida. You guys have any questions on shipping stuff? You guys can always hit us up if you have questions about shipping in general from PVCs. Email shipping@performancepcs.com and they'll help you out. But otherwise, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said, leave comments if you have any questions. Otherwise, I'm going to get this thing off back to Hank so we can get on to some new projects. So follow us, subscribe to us, whatever you want to do. Like this video. Appreciate you guys stopping out, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a good one, everybody.